Hey there, happy Thursday. I'm Scott Welsh, and I am so excited to be doing this video from my brand new office in my brand new house. I'm not in the back room underneath a filing cabinet like I was last week. So, super excited to do this video. Hope you enjoy it. Let's get right into it. We're going to talk about my number one trading dream, and it's been my number one trading dream for a long time. And I'm going to share it with you. It might even be a little bit embarrassing, so don't make fun of me. And I'm going to tell you why it's such a good dream. Dare I say, it's a perfect dream. But we're also going to talk about is this dream of mine a good idea? Okay, we're going to talk about some numbers, so please keep in mind these are hypothetical numbers done to inform and entertain you. Please do not risk any money you cannot afford to lose. Okay, what's my dream? So glad you asked, I'll tell you. From my very first trade ever, when I decided that tennis pros don't have a retirement plan, so they better start investing their money in the early 2000s. It's kind of been this way for me from the very beginning. And that dream became real on my very first trade, in my very first time in the market. So, what is that dream? Well, apparently it's a small profit target because I entered my very first stock trade and I took it out right away. Like, I don't even know how long I lasted. Did I last 15 minutes? I don't even know. It was minutes. And I took it out. Oh, it turned green. Woohoo! That was my very first trade. And of course, it ended up sloppy and ignorant and not profitable because I kept doing it and then I stopped and I got a real method. But from my very first trade, what did I want? A small profit target, a small winner. I just wanted in and out, in and out. Now, I'm not the only person. I realize that. But I'm just telling you, this is my trading dream. And it's a very vivid dream. Okay. Now, after that little dalliance in my take it out, press a button, I've tried to educate myself. I've tried to listen to Warren Buffett and the trend followers who say stop out, but leave your targets long, ride the trend forever. And I've been brainwashed in a good way to some extent. I've learned they can't just button, although some high frequency traders do quite well. But anyway, different topic. I've learned, right? I've gotten better. I'm not as emotional, right? I'm fairly advanced in my psychology of trading, all right? And even last week, I made an impassioned plea in the newsletter and on video saying there are many advantages of big profit targets. And big profit targets might be the way to go, right? So I've learned the other side. I've corrected the problem of button. But guess what? Despite all this, you know what kind of robots I keep building? I keep building robots with small profit targets. Okay, I'm going to test a 500-point profit target. And then hour and a half, 2 hours later, you know what I end up? What if I take a small profit target? Like, I can't get away from it. In testing, it's just so delectable. And in my psychology, it's just so irresistible. So specifically what? I keep scanning small targets. What does that mean? 5 points. In Forex, it's 5 pips. I don't know why. I'm honestly telling you, it's always 5. It's not 10, it's not 15. Yes, I trade other numbers. I'm just telling you, when I'm alone in my trading room doing these tests, I'm testing 5 pips. I don't know why. I just feel like 5 pips is so awesome. It's so perfect. And that's what I keep coming back to. So now you know a little bit about me. Isn't that great? Okay. I can't explain 5, as I just said, but I can explain why it's awesome, right? Small profit targets are easily reachable in any environment. Do you understand? And small profit targets make the account rise. It just needs to go a little way. Boom, winner, boom, winner, boom, winner. The account goes up. If you have a small profit target, your odds when you just start out of having your trading account go up are very high because it's just a target. 5 pips, boom, 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 winner, 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 winner. I guarantee it. Well, I can't guarantee it because it's not true, but it's highly probable. put on any system that you've got or any system that you found and go for 5 pips in Forex or 5 points, something else, right? Or 5 ticks, whatever. Win, 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 right? You can get in the market and start getting winners right away. And of course, that builds confidence. And of course, your account rises. That's also very irresistible. But small profit targets are consistent. They are. Because even if I'm going long and I'm going for 5 pips and it's a bear market, it can get 5 pips almost, keyword, almost all the time. Even if you're going the quote wrong way, you can trade against the grain and still get your 5 pips. Plus, you're not in the market very long. You get in, you get out. No market shocks, no flash crashes. You just get your 5 and get out. Not 6, not 7, not 8. I don't know why, it's 5, but you get your 5 and get out. Small profit targets have all of these advantages. And I think that's why it's been literally years, plural, that I've been chasing this small target 5 pip dream. So why don't I trade that way? Well, first of all, I was obsessed with it for a while and then I dropped it because I had to just walk away. It's the only way I could stop obsessing about it. So that's one reason. But the other reason is that there are problems with trading this way, depending on your broker, especially. If you go for 5 pips, everything has to be perfect. I don't know how many times I've said it, and I don't know how many times I'm going to say it. It's going to be millions. If you go for 5 pips, you got to get 5. You can't get 4. I mean, 4, that's 20% difference, right? 4 is way different than 5. Way different. You got to get 5. And if you're not, if the spread eats you alive, we got problems. Second problem is one loser. If you want that high win percentage and you're going for 5 pips and you got a big stop, 50 pips, 100 pips, you're going to win, 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 win. But guess what happens when you lose? 100 pips, that's 20 trades. Depending how often you trade, there could be days, weeks, months. That is rough. It is sickening to see all your profits vanish. It's not easy. It can be adjusted to, of course, but it's not easy. Third problem, if your profit target is too small, it can be small, but is 5 pips too small? If the target is too small, you lose money. That's a fact. And that might be the biggest takeaway of this video for you and your system, regardless of what you trade. Small profit targets are intoxicating, but too small loses money. Okay? Now, if you're a member of the free newsletter, you're the best. If you're not, you can go to Scott Welch Strategies and get on it. But I ran a test on a very high probability system with 5 pips. And guess what? It was way worse than a 20 pip target, which is 4 times as big. Way worse. 5 pips was way worse. But this time it's different, right? I just picked the wrong system. I want my 5 pips. I want them. And this time when I test, it's going to be different, just like in 2007, 2008, the housing market was different, right? And that was 100% true. So this is 100% true. So instead of the system that I use in the newsletter, I use a different one, the day trading robots, which is called for me the 15-minute Heron. If I took my Heron system, which we've mentioned before many times, there's a playlist on YouTube and other places, and I put my magical 5 pip target on it. The way I currently trade it is not 5 pips. Now, I did actually make it 6 pips. So does that make me a liar? I just took my magical 5 and I added 1 for spread. Now, that may not be enough. I get it, but that's what I did. So it was 6 in testing, but really I'm just trying to get my 5. And I ran it from 2003 to 2019. Heron, long time period, 5 pips compared to its bigger profit target, which is twice as big. And here you go. Line 1 is the regular one. Line 2 is the 5 pipper. Now, both of them make profit. Hooray! At least in testing. Again, execution costs can change these numbers. And I told you these are just hypothetical numbers anyway in the front, right? But it's less money just looking at these figures. Now, the drawdown is also less. So you could have an argument with yourself and say, yes, I'll take a little less money for less drawdown, or I'll take a little less money so I can get a high winning percentage. How high is high? It's like 95% win. It's something crazy, okay? I don't know exactly what it was, I forget, but it was 90 something plus. Okay, that's crazy. Of course, one loser takes away a lot, as I mentioned, but it does not make as much. So let's bottom line it. Number 2 was a bigger target. Number 1 is 5. The smaller target made less money. Now, I made the drawdowns equal. If I go back, I made the drawdown percentages equal, and I took the max drawdown and I made them equal, and the smaller profit target did not make as much when I made these the same. Okay, again, that's just a rough estimate, but trying to go apples to apples, it still ended up less, just like it did in the newsletter. Small target lost in the newsletter, and it lost again on a day trading system, although not as badly at all. In the other system, it lost very badly. The win percentage, as it goes up, the win percentage increases, but the profits decrease. This is what we're finding. And again, the takeaway for your system, if you need to see some wins, if you're struggling, lower the profit target. Just be careful. Don't go too far. If the win percentage gets too high, your profits overall will go down. Of course, that's a trade-off. You can take the win percentage and take less profit if it keeps you in the game, okay? If win percentage matters to you more than actual profit, then nothing wrong with that, okay? But bottom line is this. My dream of 5 pips is 0 for 2. 2 different systems, and both times I should take the higher target if I want to make more money. In the newsletter, I'm doing yet another system this week because I'm desperately trying to trade this way. I've been wanting to for a long time. All right, so that's a takeaway. Smaller profit targets, be careful. Don't go too small, you'll lose your money. That's all for this week. I'll be back next week with more good things from my brand new office. You can become a member and get all the robots for free, or join the newsletter going to scoutwellstrategies.com. That's it. Talk to you soon. Bye for now.